Hi, I'm Rosalind Stanback with BMA Live, and joining me today is Jerald Bryant. Jerald is a new author, and he appeared on our show several months ago where the topic was authoring and self-publishing. Well, Jerald is here in Charlotte on a book signing tour, and so we want to welcome you back to the city.
Well, thank you. I'm very happy to be back in Charlotte.
Right.
I missed it the last time because of snow.
That's right.
As a matter of fact.
Right.
So this time is much better weather.
That's right. Well, just give some of our viewers who did not see the show, let's give them a quick peek as to what Single Man Screaming is about.
All right. Single Man Screaming is my first novel. It's a novel about a guy who meditates in the Bible. And when he meditates, he can hear souls scream to him from his past, telling him how to deal with particular problems and issues. When he hears these voices, they come to him in the form of poetry, short stories, and prose. And he uses the lessons that he has learned in the poetry and the prose to give to friends to help them solve their problems. So it's a book that actually is a teaching novel, and it helps men to become men, and it helps women to understand how to become respected.
And what was your motivation for writing the book?
You know, I went through an act of racism a couple years back, and I was very upset. And my mom taught me better than to be violent. So I picked up an ink pen, and I started writing about it. And I decided that this could be a good tool to help young people understand how to deal with particular problems and issues.
Had you started writing before? Did you get any formal training for writing, or did it just come?
It's funny. I majored in natural resources and forestry.
Far from writing, right?
Far from English. And I must say I used to read a lot when I was a little kid. But other than that, I kind of always had a nice talent because my love letters were some of the best love letters in the world as a little boy. But I actually got to a point where I wrote a couple of things and I let a couple of friends hear it, and the next thing I know, they're like, man, you need to go ahead and do a little bit more. And when I started about 4 years ago, it was all because I was frustrated. And then everything just started coming together. So.
Well, tell me this. One of the things that sparked me about the book, and I'll quickly read some of your reviews from the internet that I saw. And what's amazing is everyone had some of the same responses. This one says, your inspirations were moving. I must say I haven't enjoyed a book this much in a long time. And it says, you write like a seasoned author. Now the other one that I came across was very similar. It says, my mother gave me the book and told me to read it. I found it to be very entertaining as well as informative. I expected much less from a novice, but was truly surprised. I look forward to reading your second novel. So, you know, a lot of the responses are, you write like a seasoned pro.
That is very very good for me, because it gives me a lot more confidence to go and write a second novel. I write a different style. It's a different style. It's probably the most unique style that you will see coming out to this point. It's not your traditional literary style.
You're right.
And so you have to actually read the book. It penalizes, like one of my reviewers told me, it penalizes the person who skims it. I designed the book for young men, ages 14 to 18 and above. And I made it a thin book because I wanted them to be able to read it and thinking that they can finish it in a day or so. So there's a lot of information in it, but a lot of women that have read the book actually have remarks like that. They actually see a different perspective of a man, and I'm giving them a man's voice.
You give them hope.
I give them hope. I give them hope. I really give them hope.
Well, tell us a little bit about the tour. What things have you done since you last came to Charlotte?
You know, I must thank Charlotte, Mecklenburg County Public Library System. Miss Jackie Walton, Dot Seiler, Miss Sutton, all of them have been very helpful in getting this together. A couple of people read my book and referred me to Dot Seiler, and she's in charge of the Beatty'sford Library. And they actually liked it so much that they designed a book tour for me. And they have actually been some of my biggest supporters.
So is Charlotte the first world tour for you?
Charlotte is not the first. It's the first major. I've done a lot in Atlanta. I've done some things at New Orleans at the Essence Festival. I've done several other things. As a matter of fact, I think I met you at the Essence Festival.
That's exactly where we met.
Right.
Yeah.
So I've done a couple of small venues, but this is my full-fledged library system. So Charlotte really treated me well.
Okay. Well, let's talk about, I know when you were on the show last time, you talked about your publishing company. And you talked about looking for authors. Is that right? quickly, can you give those authors out there who are trying to do what you're doing, can you give them just some quick advice?
Okay. My best advice is to never, ever quit. Always write. Always find time to write. And when you're thinking about the industry, read up on the industry. There are a lot of books and a lot of resources that can get you from point A to point B. There are a couple of books by Tom and Marilyn Ross, How to Be a Successful Publisher, Self-Publisher. I strongly recommend that you pick that up. And pick my book up first, but then pick up how to be a successful publisher. But things like that are going to get you from point A to point B. I'm in the process of starting an organization which is called BASPA, Black Authors and Self-Publishers Association. And I want to make it a criteria for new coming writers and self-publishers. And I want the books to be at a professional level, and I want to actually set up a tour in which BASPA will sponsor at particular areas. So we're looking at getting this offhand in probably about a year or so. I have so many things on my plate.
I know. I want to quickly talk about those because you shared some very exciting news with me. Can we share it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me what's next for Jerald Bryant.
Okay. First, we have a couple of books in line, but with Single Man Screaming, we're looking at putting it into a movie, putting it into a play. I'm looking for actors and actresses right now. I'm probably trying to make you part of my movie.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see how you can carry it. But that is probably going to be one of the better things. I'm going to do it on an independent basis at this point, but I've been offered a lot of money for the rights, and I'm just going to hold on to it. I want to try to make sure that I keep my hand on it because the book has a lot of spiritual overtones, and I don't want someone changing the actual movie. So we're at a point where just with that, I'm also thinking about doing a one-man screaming show, single man screaming show, in which I go to colleges and areas and speak to students and especially young men and get them to understand how it is to be challenged with personal problems and how to come out of it. So we're in a point where we have the movie that I'm rewriting the screenplay. I'm doing the play and looking for actual people to do it. I mean, that's fun.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, that's fun. We're looking at audio tapes, spoken word tapes, because of the poetry in the book. And as far as other books coming along, I am writing and trying to finish a sequel to this book. I also have another book that I'm publishing for an author out of Atlanta, Tattoos of the Heart.
I remember you talking about that. How close is that to?
We are very close. We are very close. We have a couple of weeks of editing to do, but sooner or later. I also have a book of poetry that's coming out also this year. Just poetry, straight out poetry.
You've been very busy.
Yeah, I've been very busy, and I think I may have to quit my daytime job.
Oh. Hey, that's what you really want to do, right?
Yeah, one day.
Follow your dreams. Well, guys, I have thoroughly enjoyed the time that we had here, and be on the lookout for Mr. Jerald Bryant. He's doing some big and exciting things, and we wanted to quickly give you an update on where Jerald has been over the last couple of months, and we hope that you have enjoyed us. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.